I'm Yuri, and we're going for a drive.
'20 Mercedes-AMG G63
Without launch control. Wow, that's a lot faster than I thought.
Horsepower and torque.
577 horsepower, 627 pound-feet of torque from a hand-built twin-turbo 4-liter V8.
So this is a 2020 G63.
That's right.
And this is the fastest G-Wagon we've driven, right?
Yes, it is.
And before we keep going on with the rest of the video, we're excited to announce that to support a great cause, we've partnered up with Omaze to give away a 2020 G63 plus $20,000 cash.
So for your chance to win your very own AMG G63, taxes and shipping included, plus $20,000, go to omaze.com/straightpipes to enter right now.
The best part is every donation supports the incredible work of Represent Justice, a charity focused on reforming the criminal justice system.
So to enter for your chance to win, head to omaze.com/straightpipes right now.
So we're gonna get back to the review, but if you fall in love with this car by the end of the review, we're gonna put up that link again.
Send it. Oh my. Dude, it feels like it jumps.
I know, it's fast. This is the fastest G-Wagon.
This is ridiculous.
So if you haven't noticed yet, we're driving in the foggiest, rainiest, winter snowy day.
Yeah, we haven't had much luck this winter.
But it still handles it really well. It is all-wheel drive, obviously.
Yes, I would love to test this off-road, maybe one day.
We really can't afford to do this without Mercedes supervision.
Yeah, but if you do want to see this thing get off-roaded, head to Matt Watson's videos.
So previously we reviewed a newer G550 and then an older 4x4 squared.
That's right, so this is our first AMG version of the G-Wagon.
So being behind the wheel of this compared to the 4x4 squared, which was gigantic but older, which one do you like better?
I mean, the interior of this is so much nicer. The interior itself, yes, this is worth more, but the experience of the 4x4 squared being so high up, also lime green, I mean, I love that a little bit more.
That's way cooler, but this is faster and better for everyday life, I think.
Oh, for sure it is. Like, it really is. The interior is so much better than the old one.
But getting in and out of this one and like finding a parking spot and everything, it's so much easier here.
Yeah, it's definitely easier to daily drive, and I do really like this engine, especially the sound.
This compared to the rest of the AMG lineup, how does this sound?
Beefier, just way deeper and beefier.
Yeah, it's like a lot lower tone. You don't get those high like grrr.
No, you really don't. And so this does have a 9-speed auto, and I find that it shifts relatively slowly, so I'm just gonna floor it. It's not bad, but when it downshifts, it just takes a little bit extra time. But when you're in the right gear, so I'm gonna downshift with the paddles, because yes, we have paddles. It's fantastic.
It's very responsive.
Yes.
But doesn't it kind of suck we don't have launch control? Like this is a 63, it should have launch control. We checked the manual, we checked the instructions on the computer, couldn't find anything, couldn't get anything to work.
I am a little bit disappointed.
And all those launch control videos on the internet, lies.
So this is all-wheel drive, just like every other G-Wagon. We still do have the 3 locking differentials, the center, the front, and the rear. We do not have portal axles like the 4x4 squared.
Ah, I know. That was like the best part about the 4x4 squared.
Yeah, it was so wild.
Well, I mean, there's like 9 best parts of that. But I feel like that 4x4 squared is way too much for most people.
100% it is.
And even this AMG G63, it's like very controllable. It's not too much power.
No, but it's just crazy how it like hops off the line. Like even second gear, you still get like a rise in the nose. It's crazy.
But if you keep it in comfort, like say you weren't a very fast driver, but you wanted to buy the most expensive one, it would be fine.
Yeah, but I'm not going to keep it in comfort sending it into Cliche Corner. I'm going to keep it in Sport Plus with the stiffest suspension as well. Definitely quite a bit of body roll, but with the stiffest suspension mode, there's definitely less.
That handles a lot better than I thought it would through here, especially compared to the 4x4 square, which was all over the map.
Yeah, and you can still get the back end like out just a little bit in Sport Plus mode, but not much, and I wouldn't advise that.
This is very sporty.
It is, but it still body rolls a lot because it's still pretty high up and it still is an SUV at the end of the day. But in the softest mode, in comfort mode, it's actually so nice to drive.
But you know what's not nice about driving this?
What's that?
We don't have the full lane keep options.
No, we don't.
That the rest of the Mercedes lineup has.
But back to that suspension. So comfort mode is so soft, and we do have 2 modes of suspension. So I would highly recommend driving this in Sport Plus, but with the softest suspension and the loudest exhaust mode.
I mean, I'm just fine with the normal modes. I don't need I never use the customized ones.
Yeah, I love customs. And I find the steering to be really stiff in every mode. Like everything on this truck takes effort.
Truck. We can't call it a truck, right? We're gonna get in trouble from the internet.
The internet's gonna get upset whether I call this a car, an SUV, or a truck. So.
But did you see their new Brabus G-Wagon truck coming out?
I did see that.
There's a lot of G-Wagons we haven't reviewed yet. Like we haven't reviewed a military one,
No, we haven't.
a classic one,
A 6x6,
a 6x6.
and also Doug's Cabriolet.
Yeah, Doug. Let me review it.
We've already sat in it.
It was a lot of fun.
It was cool.
Very cute.
So we do have a couple different drive modes. We've got slippery, individual, comfort, sport, and sport plus. If you put into comfort, you can actually get like a coast mode that goes into V4 mode, so you only use half the cylinders because this is a V8.
So it would be very fuel efficient.
Well,
Maybe
it
not
would be
very.
more fuel efficient.
Because this is an old school style body on frame SUV.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely old school. Everything about it is old school, except this really nice interior now.
So should we switch drivers and then talk about the interior and the looks?
Let's do it.
That's good. Oh, that sounds so good. And the lock sound.
Yes.
So I guess it's time to not launch control it.
Just send it anyways.
Oh my God.
There's so much front end lift.
And with one traction off, it does slip a bit.
It's pretty crazy.
I wish the 4x4 Square had this power.
Which is why the 6x6 is only available as a 63.
Back down to comfort, let's talk about the looks.
Okay, it looks like a G-Wagon.
Yeah, they all kind of look like G-Wagons. So this is the newer style, so we have the new cool circle headlights.
Yeah, I love those. And then we also have the Panamericana grill.
I love the Panamericana grill. Panamericana?
The Panamericana.
I absolutely love it.
You love the grill.
Yeah, it looks the best on every single Mercedes.
Exactly, and that's what I said when we reviewed the regular one. I just love how this looks.
Then below that, we've got a different AMG style grille compared to the G550. It's kind of got more intakes and everything, a little bit bigger.
Yeah, the bumper's a little bit different on the AMG.
But we do not have the metal push bar or bush bar or bump bar or whatever it is on this version.
No, we don't, and I think it looks way cleaner without it.
Yes, but the one on omaze.com/straight pipes does have it.
That is true, and I really like the wheels more on the one that's on omaze.com/straight pipes.
I mean, these aren't bad, but there's a lot of cool options for the AMG G63 that they did not put on this one.
Well, that's the best part about buying a G63 is you have so many options. Do you know how many black colors you can get? I checked the website.
Let me
There's
guess.
5.
I was gonna guess like 6.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there's kind of 6 if you get a match, so you're kind of right.
Do you like the black on the G-Wagon?
Yeah, but I also kind of like them in white as well.
White is pretty good.
Yeah.
Frosty. And then we've also got some drilled brakes with huge AMG calipers in red.
Yeah, the red calipers look so cool when it's rolling as well.
And what is the Continental recommended tire for the AMG G63?
The Conti Sport Contact 5P and the Winter Contact TS850P.
Doors and door handles. I guess we're required by law as automotive journalists to mention how cool the door closing sound is on these.
Listen to this door close. So good.
But what sucks is that there's no button to like just proximity touch the door handle to have it open. You need to click the button on the key fob every time.
It's definitely first world problems, but it's also a problem that I had getting into it. I'm like, oh man, I gotta get the key out.
But for sure they can program that in. Like they can make a little sensor that when you put your hand there, everything automatically unlocks.
I think they want to keep that little old school thing going.
I would prefer they got rid of that. That's like the best feature. And maybe soft close.
Yeah.
But the soft close to have a sound like boom, boom.
Could you imagine an automatic soft close, but it's still loud?
That would be that's what I'm saying. It'd be
It'd be
cool.
so weird.
Just watch your fingers.
Yeah. So moving on to the top for some reason.
This actually has a sunroof where the 4x4 Square didn't. Remember, it was just a panel that moved away. There was no glass.
Yes, I do.
I think I like sunroofs. I like both, I guess.
So let's talk about the back. We do have a spare tire because this is a regular G-Wagon, not a 4x4 squared.
I do like the way it looks with the spare tire, but I understand why the 4x4 Square looks better without one.
And the taillights look pretty cool themselves. Otherwise, this is just the G-Wagon.
Yes, and you know it's the newer one because the reverse camera is at the bottom, not at the top. Every time I see one from behind, just to double check, I look. And the best design feature of the whole G63, the exhaust tips.
Yeah, they're actually on both sides.
So all AMGs have quad exhaust or double duals.
Yes, which they're usually squared off, but these are round.
They're on either side, which is super awesome.
And the final thing that is traditional in every G-Wagon, we do have the turn signals on the hood.
Yes, and I can see them. So overall, looks of the G-Wagon.
It still looks like a G-Wagon, and I still like it.
Yeah, same. Okay, how about the interior?
Okay, this is where it all gets really cool. There's carbon fiber pretty much everywhere.
To save weight, right?
Oh, for sure. Save weight in your wallet.
I get it. Because you spend all your money on
That's
it.
right.
That's a good one, Jacob. Personally, I'm not too crazy about carbon fiber. I'm more crazy about colors on the interior. This one doesn't really have anything. It's all black on black.
Yeah, but like we said earlier, you can spec this however the hell you want because there's so many options to do that.
But I think the red interior on the one on omaze.com/straightpipes is a lot more fun, and that's what I would want if I had to have it every single day.
Yo, red guts.
Had to have it.
Yeah,
was
exactly.
lucky enough to have this every
and
day.
maybe 20 grand in the trunk too. But this does have a G manufacturer optional interior, so that's pretty fancy.
Are you upset about all the piano black in here?
No, because it costs so much money that it doesn't matter because I'm not going to be the one cleaning it.
Yeah, there's not even that much piano black here anyways. Maybe a little bit on this control thing right here, which is the old style one that does not have a trackpad.
That's right. This also doesn't have Hey Mercedes because it's all kind of a generation back.
It's the sweet spot that we like. But this screen here isn't a touch screen, but it does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto.
Yeah, and then we have several different gauge modes. Everything looks pretty cool. We got a bunch of red lights flashing at us when you go to Redline as well.
And we got interior lighting, which is very nice. We've got all the cool colors.
Red Moon.
Yeah, I know you like Red Moon.
I love Red Moon.
I just like the pink one. And then we've also got rewinding satellite radio stations and tune mix in here, and a really great reverse N360 camera. And then if we were gonna drive our friends around here, we should probably see how much room there is in the back seats.
There's not that much room for someone of my stature at 6'1.5".
Freakishly tall. 5'8.5". If all your friends are the same size, normal height, it's perfect.
By the way, for the record, I don't think I'm freakishly tall because you're gonna destroy me in the comments for thinking I am, but he just calls me that.
Anyone who can't fit in most race cars is freakishly tall.
All right, fine.
And then what if we wanted to drop the back seats and do the box test?
Box test.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
13 and 14. We could probably fit a couple more, but we don't want to risk scuffing up the interior.
And then I guess we should probably also talk about the front seats.
Yeah, I actually find them like way too bolstered. I had to turn down the bolsters, which by the way, you can do in the infotainment, to 0.
And we have dynamic bolsters as well, so when you turn, it'll like push against the other side, which is a really cool party trick to impress your friends.
It definitely is a party trick, and at first when I started driving these Mercedes, I was like, yeah, this is cool. Now I just turn it off.
Yeah, you don't need it.
No.
Then we also have heated and cooled seats, and what else do we have in these seats?
We got massages, obviously.
In a G-Wagon.
Love it. And we should probably get to the visor test. Oh, these are big visors.
3, 2, 1.
And it does not cover the full side window.
How about the cup test? We've got a reusable cup because one of my Instagram followers was telling me I should stop adding to landfills, and it fits perfectly fine. So with all that out of the way, let's get to the price.
It's probably more money than you think. It starts at $195,900.
Canadian.
And this one is spec'd out to $217,850.
That's how much these things cost?
That's how much these things cost.
So it'd probably be pretty nice to win one.
It probably would.
Okay, would you take an AMG G63 over any of the other SUVs we've driven this year? Like, would you take this over a Trackhawk or an F-Pace?
I'd probably take a Trackhawk over this. I just love the Trackhawk.
I think I would take, well, you know, that is a tough decision.
I know.
I'm trying to think about it now. And even the Stelvio.
And then there's also the Range Rover Sport SVR, which we drove like 2 years ago. There's also kind of the Jeep Wrangler as well, sort of.
Okay, but if you're picking up people, if you're trying to impress people, what would everyone be most impressed by?
Probably this.
How many rap songs are there about G-Wagons?
A lot.
So like, yeah, it's probably the coolest option you can get.
Yeah, I think second to that would be the Range Rover Sport SVR because after all, it is a Range Rover.
But then I guess if you're just trying to be the fastest, you gotta go Trackhawk.
So after watching this review, if you really want a chance to win your own 2020 AMG G63 plus $20,000, head to omaze.com/straightpipes.
Also, every donation helps support the great work of Represent Justice. You can also click on the link below in the description.
Click the link below.